What's up, guys? It is Hunter and Tyler. We're here with the Secret Set podcast, and we have our first official guest for the podcast.
Hey!
It is...
So we got Matt, part of Document 1 with us here today. It's great to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
So, the intent today, we just want to talk to you, get your story, and get some insight from you as well for all EDM fans and producers alike.
Great.
So,
So yeah, go ahead. If you just want to introduce yourself, tell a little bit about yourself, and we'll just ask questions based off that.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm Matt. I'm one half of English drum and bass duo Document 1, and I'm here in lovely Hawaii. Yeah. We've been brought out to do a run of shows that we're doing in October 2025, just to do like some more tours and get some shows out here because we love it so much, basically, and that's where we're at.
Awesome. So which one are you, Document or 1?
I wish I had the answer. I wouldn't know. I don't think either of us would know the answer to that. It's not very clever. The name is literally just as basic as what comes up when you save a file.
I was about to say, I did some looking into it, and I found that you got the name from when you hit save on your DAW.
That's it. I mean, we had some pretty iffy names before, I think, and that's being quite generous. But before that, like, kind of, nothing sticks. It's hard when you start a project and you're kind of given the the task of trying to name your project or whatever, and then it's got to stick, and you don't want to be like, well, I've given myself something that inevitably, you're going to hate for years down the line, which I'm sure everybody does to some degree, but you just learn to live with it. And Document 1 is just like, I don't know. I think it's so ridiculous that it's just like it's done now. That's happened. Let's just live with it and just move on.
Yeah, but it's good. It sounds good. It looks good. Like on promo, everything. Like Document 1. Like it's just a solid name. Like that's
you're being very generous.
Thank you. Like it is. Like it's just one of those names where like you hear it and you're like, that's like it's just a good built name, Because some people have those like crazy names and I'm like, what does that even mean? How do you say that?
Who are you referring to?
Man, there's just like I've seen like several like where they have like the letters or they have like it capitalized and like numbers and I'm like, how do I say this? Even like Knock 2, I was like that's just I don't know. When I see numbers and stuff, I'm like, I've pronounced parts of it or how like is there a like I don't know, just stuff like that always looks like weird to me. Or like ISO knock and then I was saying it wrong originally and like there's just a few names.
ISO knock, right? Yeah. Okay, all right. I've the number thing and like the upside down letters and all that kind of thing, backwards and whatever. It's too confusing for me. I think my brain can handle it.
Feels like they're trying to make a password.
It's like hard to write.
Yeah. It definitely does feel like a password.
What are some of the like original names you guys came up with? Do you remember any of those?
Oh, now you're really. I think the only one I can really remember is Prime Suspects, which I've got a feeling it came from Joe went on a kind of I could be wrong, so if I am, I'm sorry.
You're about to tell a crazy story about your buddy.
No.
We'll call him and ask.
It's just it was something to do with some holiday that he'd been on with like a load of guys, and they were given these hats, I think maybe, and I don't know, and it came back and it was like, it didn't make the cut, and I mean, Document 1 barely made the cut, so Prime Suspects is well and truly in the bin and has been for many years.
Nice.
But that's the only one I can remember off the top of my head.
How long have you and Joe known each other?
A long time now. We had a lot of mutual friends, but we didn't really meet properly until we went to music college together. So when you finish school in the UK, you either go to like university or you do like some kind of specialist course or something like that. So we both met at a music. It was supposed to be a bit more on the music production kind of thing, but it was very live music based.
That was at Oxford?
Yeah, that's where we're both from, and both live till this day. We both kind of lived away. Like Joe lived in Leeds for a while, Leeds in England, which is up north, and then I lived in Bristol for a bit. But yeah, something keeps pulling us back to Oxford, and we had met at that music college, and we didn't really have a proper we weren't in a band or anything like that, but we knew that there was something pulling us together. Okay. And that Joe was kind of the only guy on that course, to be fair, that had a really like quite deep insight to like how you'd even make a tune on a computer, like an electronic tune, for example. He was really into like Aphex Twin and like Square Pusher and people like that, so like really super techie stuff, and he was also into like a lot of like jazz and sort of wider bass music, but he kind of stuck out like a sore thumb really on a course where like mainly it was about people getting together and kind of like playing like traditional kind of bandy music, I guess. Okay. Or like rocky kind of indie sort of things or whatever.
You play instruments then?
Yeah. So Joe's a far better piano player than me. He's like actually, he's shit hot. And I play the guitar. So we kind of complemented each other whenever we would start to try and jam something out. Like I think the guitar and piano are quite a good combination, and we just have a really good musical relationship. I think we just understand where one of us will kind of fall short, the other will always pick up the slack, and that goes in our tunes as well. Like when one of us will get stuck on something and we'll be like, I'm pulling my hair out, like Joe will go, I know the right thing to do for that, and it's just always been like that.
That's
which
awesome.
I think kind of that's the thing that drew us together in the first place, really. And
straight into dubstep, right?
Yeah. So what it was so I had started getting into drum and bass. Me and a friend of mine used to go to a club in Oxford which doesn't exist anymore called the Coven. And it used to just have some, I mean, like the lineups, when you look at them now for the price they're just insane. Like if you're into drum and bass, they were just the best of the best. Like that would be playing all on one lineup, stacked every week. Like, so we would go to that, and this was kind of coming at the end of the point when Joe and I had like we'd done this music thing together for a couple of years, and I started asking him more questions about like, hey, I want to start making tunes. How do I get into it and all that kind of thing. And he was the only person, like I said, that kind of had a dip in that. And we had attempted to make drum and bass for about, I don't know, a couple of months maybe, and then he had a girlfriend at the time that was living in Brighton in the UK, down on the south coast, and he had been there, and he had just literally right time, he was like on the wave of early dubstep, and he came back and he was just buzzing, and he'd buy like a few vinyls and we would just spin it on his deck in his like home studio, and we both just immediately were like, this is amazing. It's like, it never existed, for one. Yeah. Whereas drum and bass, it's kind of daunting because there's a lot more like, I don't want to use the word like gatekeeping as such, but it's kind of there's a lot of history that's come before. Yeah. There's jungle, and then there's drum and bass. There's all these different amazing artists that have put in the graft, and it's like, to crack that open and get your foot in is hard. Whereas we sort of saw dubstep as, it's never been done. Like literally the rules are, there's no rules. It's kind of like what I'd imagine those guys when they were doing the jungle thing back in the day, or where it came from before that they were just testing it, and just each person is kind of like egging each other on like more and more by doing something more crazy. So like, we were into it, and we were really sort of going down the rabbit hole of this kind of Casper, Digital Mystics, really deep dubstep kind of thing. It was like really headsy. The lights were dark in the club, and the sound system was like obnoxious.
Rattling,
it was rattling, and then it like quickly turned into something else. Like, and it was just getting, every time there'd be somebody new that would pop up. Like I remember when Rusko came around, and it was like he started doing this more wobbly thing, and then suddenly it's like there's a whole handful of people that are suddenly doing that, and then it was like Flux Pavilion, Dr. P, and it's like they're doing this kind of squeaky thing like Sweet Shop, and it was like, wow, every time it was just getting more and more mental. And then obviously, Skrillex come along and changed it again. And like, I think I look back at, I love Skrillex, and I love all of his dubstep, and like him as a producer, I think he's amazing. And he kind of makes me feel the same way that he did, like when Pendulum came along, drum and bass was doing this thing, and then there was an artist that every now and again there's an artist that will flip it on its head so much that everybody follows suit, and Skrillex was that person. Like as soon as that sound came along, it's like everybody started making that kind of dubstep. And it was like, again, right time, right place. America took hold of it. Bang! It's like, it's massive, like, and it's still massive.
Yeah.
It's just like, more credit to that guy, Jan, and like the whole scene has just gone from there. But we kind of jumped ship at that point. So that was like, we were like, you know, it'd gone as far as we could do, or take it for our project at that point. And it was changing back home as well. Overseas, it was like in England and in Europe, there was gigs all the time, and everybody was just thriving. And then it just went like overnight. It's just like nothing. Really? Just like dubstep's a dirty word. You don't want to see that or hear that. So you have to kind of switch and adapt, and that's when we changed to drum bass.
Now there's like that like European dubstep that people like, oh, this isn't dubstep. Like European dubstep's like true dubstep. Like I hear that all the time. Like people are always like on like threads and stuff being like, this is like,
it
real
wouldn't
dubstep
surprise me.
Europe.
I mean, yeah, everybody's got an opinion, and I think like, I don't know, maybe there's like, yeah, if you want to go really deep and be like, oh, who's the pioneers, who's this and that, then yeah, maybe that is true dubstep. I don't know. It depends what your true dubstep is as well. Do you know what I mean?
America's
when you get into it, and your age is very important to that thing.
Yeah.
I think anyway. But
American dubstep's just like so heavy now, like compared to like what it like even like earlier stuff. Like you go back to like the early 2000s and listen to dubstep, and you're like, wow, this is like fun. And now it's just like we were talking about, like on the rail, like dude. Like,
some of it, it's like, for me, I look at it like it's a modern day Rage Against the Machine in an electronic format. Like it's like the rebellious kind of like, I'm 16 to 20 or whatever. I know there's obviously a wider, you know, but it's that kind of thing of like, I want it just super heavy, super aggressive, super loud, and it's like they love it. But one thing I could never get my head around, shall I say, is why they got to wear the ski mask. Why do all these people why have they got these like mad outfits on the front rail, and it's like something out of a horror movie. That's the thing I'm like, that baffles me more than the music does.
Yeah.
But each to their own, I guess.
Dude, it's like what Holy Priest has the like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have like the
he's got the full head mask with just the cross over his face.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, even here in America, a lot of the like rhythm and dubstep artists, they love their masks, and then everyone out in the crowd
it's like a joke, like it's Halloween masks right now, and so there's like Halloween aisle with all the scary masks. People are like, oh, look, it's the dubstep masks for like dubstep DJs. Like that's like,
does that mean they have to take their masks off and they do like a kind of reverse, like, is that like you know, is it the one time a year?
Halloween, they don't wear their mask when they play.
We actually wear masks when we play too.
Right. Shit, so I didn't mean to offend you.
No, it's like right there.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
well, so
that's one of them. The two are actually right over here.
With the wigs?
Yeah, with the wigs. What are you
With
thinking about?
wigs.
Maybe you want to wear a mask and some wigs sometime? Ask Joe if he's interested in
I don't reckon Joe will be.
Are you gonna wear wigs?
No, I don't think that's gonna happen. I know a few people that have tried it though. Like a few of our buddies music buddies, have tried it. You know, over the years, and it's not really stuck.
We did it originally because our jobs, we didn't really want people seeing us out playing music, because it's so different for us, and so we started wearing masks, and then it just they were so iconic that people didn't even know us or anything. They just were disco masks, and then just
I think it's. I mean, they're something.
We made them.
Did you really?
Yeah,
6 hours of.
That's a whole podcast in itself. That's like some Bob Ross kind of thing. You could do a really trippy 3-hour stretch of how to
not as peaceful.
And your hands
peaceful. What with rhythm in the background just the whole time.
Just making the mask is.
Just making it right. Do you make your own, or do you make it for each other? This is taking a whole. I'm just fascinated about the mask. No, that's really cool. Do you know what? There was an interview years ago with Daft Punk, and I really I'd never thought about it in this way, but I really admire those guys. I love Daft Punk anyway. They're one of the originals.
I mean, yeah,
they're absolutely amazing. But they were saying that they were talking about the mask thing for them, because obviously they're full blown robot gear. You know, it's not just a mask, and they were the thing that they actually like about it is that they feel almost like they're some kind of superhero. They take that off, they walk around the street, no one knows who they are, and then they do this, and then they put this thing on, and it's they're transformed into this they're literally gods on, you know, and it's there's a total disconnect from you go off stage, you take that off, you go back, you do business, and it's like nobody needs to be dragging that around. They're not bogged down by the fame of it and in their own personal life. So they've managed to find a way through having this incredible success and having a completely normal life.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know Daft Punk, you could probably, there's pictures out there of them not wearing the mask, but you get what I'm saying though. It's
but
like,
I still wouldn't know. Like I saw
yeah,
the mask,
exactly. They could walk they could walk down the street and you wouldn't have a clue. So I do get that, and I think that's a really cool thing about what people with masks do, if that's the way you're doing it. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know what your story is.
That was the goal. Yeah,
that was exactly the goal. I completely hit it.
Just to be, I mean, like I got kids and stuff, so like I don't like if fame is what comes to us, which I hope it does. I don't want to be out in public with my kids and people talking to me.
No. You hear it time and time again, don't you? It's like people want that thing, and then it's like when it comes knocking, it's like they're like, oh, it's too much. So the mask is probably a genius. I need to get masks.
Yeah, we're getting him on it.
I've gone full.
We're pulling him over. Next time we see him, he's gonna be like, "So look what I brought." Like,
yeah, I have a collection, won't I?
Yeah. Oh, that's super funny. Yeah, hit up Joe, let him know.
Yeah.
If you guys need help building masks, we've put in some time. So.
Yeah. Okay. You can talk me through it. Give me like a little demonstration or something.
Yes. Oh yeah. What is the wildest show to date that you still think about that gives you like goosebumps? Like something that you were just like, that was the show. It doesn't have to be the biggest show, but to you was like the best like show you've played.
I don't know. I mean, there's been a few this year that have been pretty good. We did a festival in the UK called Boomtown. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I do know because I saw a post of the like stages there.
Yeah, that was very cool. I mean, the whole festival's amazing.
It's
anyway,
like out in the woods, right?
Yeah, so it's like in the woods, and it's like it's just bonkers. I think there was a lot of people there, which is always great.
It's awesome,
and it was just like it was cool because Joe and I, even though we're a duo, we very rarely play together. It's become like in the early days we used to be like, no, we need to play together, and if you break it down into like why the promoter wants to just have one of you, it actually works in your favor because you can split up and do multiple shows and over a weekend or whatever. But that was one of the shows that we got to play together, so it was good for the kind of us being together and vibing off each other and the camaraderie and all that kind of thing. So that was great fun, but the show itself was magnificent as well. It was just incredible,
crowd,
and the people, crowd was great, and also it's run by, that stage was doing a takeover on I think it was the Thursday night, so it's the opening night of the festival, so everyone is really up for it. You know what I mean? They're like, it's like day one of the festival, and
it's not the last day.
and it was organised by some good friends of ours who do a night called Rumble in the Jungle. They're out of Bristol. They're based out of Bristol in the UK,
Gotcha.
And they do amazing drum and bass parties. And they asked us to come down and play for that. So that's good. But there's been loads over the years. I think like wild for different reasons. Like I'm not very. I always get asked things like, "Where's the best place you've played in the world?" Or whatever, and it's like, I don't know. I don't know the answer. It's hard to kind of break it down because sometimes there'll be places that you play that are just like you might have such a great time with the people, or like that you're hanging with. Like we're doing this, we're hanging out like the day before the show.
Right.
It's like that sticks in my mind more than just doing getting in the car, going and doing a certain show in one night and driving home the next. There's different reasons for different things, and there's so many good shows over the years. Like there's been some really good ones in Europe, as there's been all over. I don't know, man. It's so hard to answer.
No, that's fair. Off that, so when you guys are split up, like you and Joe, is he like usually back home, like doing like production stuff while you're doing like traveling, or does like?
Sometimes, yeah. So our project it's kind of strange because like most duos that we meet will have one of them is stronger in one area. Mm-hmm. So one of them might be amazing at making tunes, and one is a better DJ or has his head more screwed into that world. Like, so yes, like that's kind of true, but we both, I would, like Joe is the kind of person that's like, he could do both jobs as I would say I am. It's like we do everything 50-50.
Awesome.
So like there's been times when one of us will be away on tour and there's a deadline to finish a tune, and it's kind of left in the hands of the other one. So it's kind of like you got to get it past the finish line, and both of us have been in that position, and it's like we're both more than comfortable with letting the other one do that. And so, like, for example, today Joe will be at home in England, just probably putting his feet up or whatever, but or something. Probably not. If he heard that, he would strongly disagree. As I'm sure he's got a busy life, but you get the point. And then like next week he's got shows in Europe, so he'll be doing other shows. So it works well, because like had it been just an individual project, like I would have had to turn down those shows because I'm still here in America next week. So it's great because you get the name around, you're keeping it in people's ear constantly, and
which is the name of the game nowadays.
Yeah, it is the name of the game, and it's just you've got to keep doing it as much as you can. And it's like, we're very, very lucky to still be able to do that and to have opportunities where it's like, if you're getting 1 gig a month, that's, and if it's outside of your hometown, or, I remember like in the beginning when it was like, if I could just get a gig in London, that would be like enough for us. And then that goalpost keeps changing. Like it was like, well, if I can just get a gig in Manchester, and it's like after that, it's like, well, if I can just get a gig in Europe, well, where would that be? It's like, well, what about France? What about like Amsterdam or something? Yeah. It's like, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger. So to have opportunities still presented to us at this point, it's like I actually, not enough do I sit there and go, I'm really, really lucky, really blessed, as is Joe, to be able to do this, to make tunes with my mate.
It's awesome.
And then to have people like it enough to want to be like, I'll take a gamble on bringing you out, and it go well enough, and then that spreads to somebody else. I've got a buddy over here who wants to do that. And
yeah, man. I mean, you guys rock. Like,
well, it's very kind. Thank you very much.
Speaking of like your goalposts, what's your guys' like next one that you have? Like, what's a goal you guys are working towards?
The start of the year, we decided to do a lot more releases. We've been working with Shogun Audio, our record label at the time. Like we were working with them and Elevate. They're the same thing, basically, essentially. So we were working with, they're like a sister label of each other. And we were working with them for God knows how many years, and that was an amazing relationship. Love those guys to the core. It's really, really good. And then we kind of got to the point where we were like, well, actually this year we want to spread out a little bit more, because we've got so many friends in drum and bass and in other genres that will ask us for remixes, or they'll ask us for, do you want to put out a thing on my label, or my friends, whatever like that. And we've just been so like, I don't know if that's so long. We're like, actually this is the year of trying to push out of our comfort zone, zone a little bit, and just try and put out more music, because there's certain things that we make a lot of drum and bass, and it's like sometimes it will be, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of sometimes it can be to our downfall, but it's like we'll make something that will be like a liquid, like jazzy thing, and then the next day will be like a tear out dance floor thing. And it's like a lot of my friends, like if I look at my mates that make like deep stuff or rollers or like whatever, it's like they do that primarily, that. And then to do lots, there's not that many people. I'm not saying like, oh, there's not that many people, we're amazing. It's like, actually, sometimes I think it's a bit of a hindrance to us being able to do like doing different things. I never know which way we should go. But having the opportunity of now knowing a lot of these people for different labels, it's a really cool thing to be able to like go, well, this label wouldn't take that, but I know somebody who would take that. And at least that music can see the light of day, because like every producer, there's hard drives sitting there in the UK that are just like, those tunes will be either they'll be 3/4 of the way finished, or they won't be finished, and they'll never see the light of day. They'll just be like an idea that you don't get it past the finish line because you think, well, I don't know who's gonna take that. So this year it's been all about that. Next year, I don't know, maybe. I mean, eventually I love the idea, and as does Joe, of having our own label. Doing our own thing where it's completely us in control. I mean, it's not to say that we're not really in control, because most of the time it's a mutual relationship with the label, where most of the things you send them, they'll be like, yeah, we want to tweak it here and there, but they like what you're into. They like you for a reason. Do you know what I mean? You're not trying to go in there and cold call, essentially. You're not trying to sell them something that they don't want. You know that they're into it. But next year, I think if we maybe could get explore that or start the beginnings of that would be really cool. But if it doesn't happen, then that's equally cool. We're not too precious over it at the moment.
What do you guys? So like you guys obviously have a lot of connections with a lot of different like labels and people like that. How do you find most of your music? Do people send you guys a lot of stuff usually that you play? Or?
Yeah. It's it's been years and years of like you meet a DJ that you might play a load of gigs and then you start getting put on a lineup with some like one of the artists that you're like, I love that person, and then you might be lucky enough to speak to them in the backstage and then. Can I take your email? Can you swap to? Yeah, I like your stuff or whatever, and it goes back and forth, and that's how it begins. And then we get put on a lot of promos, so we get sent a lot of tunes anyway. But before that even happens, there'll be like a I don't know, like a WhatsApp group, or like it could be somebody individually emails you or something, and they hit you up and go, I've got this new thing. Do you want to do it? Or you see them at a gig and they go, oh, by the way, I've got this new EP coming out. I'm testing it out. Can you play it? And you speak to them and send tunes. And it works both ways. Like we'll be doing that. We're doing that at the moment. So we've got some of our closest buddies that we'll be sending tunes to, saying, how do you feel about that? And they'll go, oh, that one was good. That one didn't get as much love, but it's still a cool tune or
sick, yeah.
Whatever.
So are we going to see some new music soon then?
You will, definitely. Yeah, we've got a couple of things on the go. Cool. We have got 2 remixes that are pretty much finished. One of them is for a drum bass collective group called Cliques, or Click, sorry, shall I say? I can never know.
It's like Click, yeah.
Yeah, and they're really good friends of ours. They make some wicked music, and they're doing like a remix album as such.
Sick.
I guess, or maybe it's like EP album kind of thing. So they're getting people like Audio, I think's done one. I think Mel did one as well. There's a few different people that are doing remixes for that project. So we've just finished that. That's coming out middle of November.
That'll be on like Beatport or like what do you guys?
I think it'll be everywhere.
Everywhere,
yeah.
Sweet.
And then we've just finished just doing another remix, which is for Sigma. I think, which is coming. I say I think. I know it's for Sigma. It's like,
maybe not.
Maybe not. Wow. Someone's either been pulling my leg. So, but yeah, that's cool. That's coming out. That's part of again a project that they're doing. I think where they're going to be getting a few people to do different remixes. I believe. I could be completely wrong at that, but awesome. But most important for our music, we've got a new EP coming out on Born on Road, which is all of them are dance floor things, which is cool. Because we've been doing a lot of like. Singles or like double A sides, and the start of the year we did a tune that was a little bit more chill with a friend of ours called Jamesy, who's like English. He kind of like, I think he makes I'd say softer drum and bass than we do. Like, gotcha. I don't mean that to sound offensive, Jamesy, if you're watching.
Jamesy,
sorry,
but man, get your tunes up.
Nah, it's kind of like drum bass meets grime, in my opinion.
Okay, cool.
But maybe he'd be offended by that. I don't know. But he makes really cool music. But we did a project with him start of the year, and that came out. And then we've done a couple of other things after that for our friends on High Tea, which is again sort of clubby stuff. I guess it is clubby stuff we did. Cool. And then this next EP is very dance floor. Which we're happy about.
If you have, as we get to the end of this, can you give us like 3 like super underground people that you think are coming up like right now that you would want to shout out, or like 3 people that you just think about like all the time that you're like, wow, this guy.
I could do that one. The underground the people, when they ask me who do you think's the next, I am terrible at that. Well, there was a time when I had my ear to the ground. Yeah, I'm not very good at that anymore. Yeah, I just know what I like, and the people that Calamity.
Comedy and Calamity, say that.
Comedy, you can splice that, yeah. Comedy and Calamity are just, they're the nuts.
You know what, I was thinking the same thing, actually.
That's crazy. That's
cool. I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
And it's got the faces.
Yeah.
Nice. There they are. Right. Yeah, I don't know.
2 more? No.
I don't know. I think I just like, I don't know. I like a lot of... I mean, there's people that I like for different reasons. Like in drum and bass specifically, I like. I just like people that are just, it's like tried and tested. Like they never do wrong, in my opinion. Like whether you like, all of their tunes, whatever. That's debatable. But people like Sub Focus, I always like, they just it's like a thing of like the production meets the composition. Mm. They're just perfectly matched. Like some people are like. they're shit hot at producing, and their tunes are amazing, but the actual like melodies or whatever are like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not always for me, but yeah. So he is one of them. There's loads of different people. Like I like a lot of break music, not the break beat, but I mean break the artist, which is like a whole different kind of rootsy thing. Really kind of. Like, and there's a whole sort of world in that. It depends on what mood I'm in. Like, if I'm looking for something that's more underground, it's like it starts going down the kind of breakage, and like Galaxy, Polar and Bryson, that like sort of vibe, and it's like that sort of shogunny sound, really.
Yeah.
And then if I'm looking for more clubby stuff, it sort of goes. It's just really obvious things that are just. I always think they just slam. I'm not very good at this kind of. I can pick out the diamond in the rough. I don't know. I'm not really like. I'm sure there is some. Bloom is a good person, but he's not really small anymore. I used to say that about six months to a year ago, and people would be like, "Oh, I kind of know who he is." And it's like now he's huge. A big. Now he makes great music. Echo and Sidetrack, they're some good. They make some killer tunes.
They've been doing like a lot of stuff in the US. I saw.
They started to, I think, haven't they? Yeah, they're coming over quite a bit now. Which is amazing. Loads. There's too many.
There's so many, right? Yeah.
There's too many.
That's we play a lot of heavy drum and bass. So
yeah.
Like.
Who's yours? Like, your top three then?
I really like Blackout. Like
the label as a whole.
The guy.
Oh, Blackout.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
He just did like a
I should
let
do,
the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah.
And then
that's it. Is the
Australian.
Body, is that no? But wasn't that like an old metal tune?
Yeah,
it was.
But he did like a little.
Yeah, I know. I've redeemed it slightly. I know a little bit.
Yeah.
But
so
not.
He did a drum and bass
edit of it.
Yeah. And then
sick. What is it? Is it like proper neuro kind of? Yeah.
It's heavy.
So that's your vibe.
Like Jump Up and then like Neuro and then I mean, we love all drum and bass really. Like we like try to produce all aspects of drum and bass because I mean like the main root of the music that we make because we like to make stuff from 130 all the way to 175 is drums.
They all have drums, but they all have bass.
Drums and bass.
If you focus on drums and bass,
anything's going to
sound good.
That's very true. I think as a producer, it's natural to. Do you guys both do it? You like both do the producing, or is it one of you?
No, it's a joint effort.
It's a joint effort. I think you're always gonna like want to dabble in other genres, or at least other subgenres of drum and bass, for example, or whatever like music you're into. You know what I mean? Like, I had a buddy of mine who used to be a psytrance producer, and I just thought it was like psytrance, like shigga digga 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 digga, all that kind of, I was like. And he's like, oh, nah, man, there's like a gazillion little like all these different names and things that you've never even heard of. And you're like, well, that blows my mind. So I think if you're into it, you're into it, and you know all about those things, and you want to try and experiment and want to try and see where fits your groove or where you fit into that puzzle. Yeah.
If you could give like one tip to like future producers or people that are producing music right now, like what would that be for those people?
Oh, wow. One to again. I'm probably.
Or if you could like go back to yourself and be like, "Hey, man, start doing this." Day one.
Well, I think there's a few things. Like I think simplicity is very key, and it's the biggest hurdle still to this day that I have in making tunes. I think when I make a tune, it will be like it starts out with the best intention of keeping it like as bare minimum. And then it like, before you know it, it's like everything's in there and it sounds like a complete mess. And then by the end of it, when you strip it back and you've finessed it and whatever, it's like you've deleted half of the shit that was in there. So keeping it simple, I met this guy in a studio, Joe and I did once in London, this old timer come in. I don't even know who he was really, to be honest. I think it must have been something to do with the owner. And he comes in and he starts talking to us and he just said this, he went, he was like, you got to go backwards to go forwards. And it's like things like that always stick in my mind about how you've got to just go back to having like, when there was the possibilities of what you can do nowadays to make a tune is endless. You can fucking have every VST or whatever that is that you want if you go searching for it. It's like, or you want to just, if you've got, unlimited amount of money, you want to just buy everything. That's great. But you've got to know it's better to know a little bit or a lot about a little bit of gear.
Yeah, we have like 50 plugins. We use 4 of them.
Yeah, exactly. We all do it. Yeah. And it's like, I nowadays I buy plugins to be like, I almost want to just like test it, even if I've bought it. I just want to just have a go and see. And sometimes it makes it into the cut of like the 10 that I always use.
That plugin does
Yeah.
one specific thing. I might need it for
Yeah,
this one
exactly.
song.
And it's like having that recall. Like the older I get, I'm like, I used to be really good at going like, that plugin does that, or it had a preset that was amazing, and it's like I can't remember that shit these days. So I'm just keep it simple is my number one tip for producers. I think other than that, it's just don't send too many tunes to people. I don't think people want to hear your whole, you know, your 5 albums worth of music. And 'cause some people do that. Some people send you tunes and it'll be like loads, and you're like, I just need to get a feel for, like, if I was a record label owner or boss or whatever, I'd want to hear like 2 tracks.
Yeah.
And that gives me enough insight to whether you're good enough or on the vibe of what I want to do. You know what I mean? Or where my label's going. So those are my 2 tips. That's not 1 tip, 2.
Hey, I mean, bonus.
Yeah. That I won.
Yeah, like what you have one collaboration out there. Look dead straight in the camera and call them right now. Let them know. No one.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Wait. No.
I don't know. Again, it's just my lack of. I can't make any decisions.
Yeah.
So
Skrillex, document 1. That's the collab everyone's been wanting. Actually, there you go.
Well, I think I'd just crumble if I was doing that, wouldn't I? Just be like,
nah.
What am I going to do that's going to contribute to that? I'd just be like,
Rip the guitar.
You
right?
can do it all, mate. Yeah, but he's a pretty good guitar player as well.
Is he?
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
news to me. That's awesome.
Exactly. He's
Probably on everything. Actually.
Everything.
He's probably He's like playing drums while playing the guitar. Yeah, amazing
Jesus,
guy.
yeah. I don't know. I wish I could have an answer for that, but
That's fair.
no answer.
Cool, man.
I don't want to put myself in that position.
That's fair. Because then they're gonna ask you.
Yeah.
More work.
That's the
more
other
work.
thing, isn't it? I'll be like, oh
I
man,
gotta
taking
do
on another collab.
We're in
the
that,
burden.
We're in a hole right now.
Oh.
We decided to start a collective of like build an actual album because we've just been like releasing little singles and stuff like that. And we were like, let's just do a full album. Reach out, see if people want to do it with us, and a bunch of people reached out, and we were like, "Oh, great!"
Well, that's great because, well, I mean, what? And so, are you gonna just collab with each of those people?
Yeah, individually on tracks.
Because each one is going to be, I mean, our album is going from 130 to 175, so each person that's reached out has been a different genre that they focus
and we're all
on.
Going to try to pull it in.
That's
together.
exciting, though. I think that could be a really cool project.
Thanks. Yeah, it's really exciting.
If you can get it finished in the next 10 years.
Yeah. Well, we did the groundwork for the last year of like building singles that we didn't release, and then now we've reached out to see if people want to do some.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it all heavy stuff as well?
No, we start out with like really like trancey UKG stuff, and then build into like a little bit faster breaks, and then build into like some like Europe like dubstep kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Into like the 140 like deep dubstep, and then build it up into like a 150, 160 breaks, and then go into like liquid drum and bass all the way into like heavy drum and bass.
Wow, you've done it all.
So trying to cover
everything.
Yeah, we just want to show that like we're serious about it. So like, we figured that would be like the best.
That's great, man. I think if you got the hunger for it, just smash through it, man. Because you obviously and the best thing about having another person is that like you're there to like it's a friendship, but it's also there to encourage each other and be like you can get so much more done. Like when we first started, we had like one computer, and we'd always go around to each other's house, and we'd sit there and as it's nowadays, we only get in the room together when we finish a tune.
Yeah.
We literally, the technology is so good that you can just
back and forth.
Back and forth. Mm-hmm. You can even. There's a new thing that we started using, which is actually I say it's new. It's probably someone's probably going to correct me and say it's been going around for like 10 years or something.
Yeah.
But it's called Muse. Sessions. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
I haven't heard of it.
So it's basically. Do you know what it is?
I just installed it.
Oh, it's incredible!
It's
Unbelievable! It's like it's like Zoom on steroids, right? So you can like ring up whoever you're doing a tune with, and then they can see your screen. So you'd have like Ableton or whatever you're using. And then they can take over control if they want, and then they can also take over control with MIDI. So that you could load up a whatever Serum or whatever you want to use or something, and they could play the part.
Wow.
In kind of basic, pretty much real time. And also the most incredible thing is that they're hearing it full quality. So when we have been doing it recently, we finished off these 2 remixes, and we sat in. I was in my studio, Joe's in his studio. He's listening out of his monitor rig, full quality. like as if we're making the tune in his room, but I'm pressing play in my room. I'm hearing it out full quality. It's just incredible. And you can also plug in real instruments now to it, so I could be playing guitar through his setup. He can be changing it. It's just like the possibilities is incredible. And you're there just like on a webcam, like it's like a
Skype.
you know, like a Skype or something like that. It's
like
just
Discord?
it's just it's like proper. There's no lag, no nothing. I would definitely recommend
look
it
into that,
if you're remotely working on tunes, or because the thing is for us, it's like we both got families. It's like actually it's a pain in the ass trying to be like, do you want to, you know, I was thinking we could get together from 7 till 9, and then the other one's like, well, actually I need to start. It's like sometimes all you need is half an hour in the same room or on the same video call or whatever. Just go in. Do you like this? Do you like this? Nah, cool, whatever. See you later, and that's enough. But it doesn't, you know, and that is incredible. So check it out, definitely.
Absolutely.
All right, so before we end it, we're going to take a photo to throw up on our wall. We have a few little shots.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll scoot in.
Scooch in, guys. 3, 2.
Awesome. And
Wicked.
then we also got some Pokemon cards. Have you ever ripped Pokemon cards before?
No,
Do you know about that?
I know Jack about Pokemon.
Do you see
I
people
reckon
ripping
I
those?
could name 5 Pokemon if I tried.
Yeah, so we got some Pokemon cards. So you'll just open the pack and then like rip through them. It's like a huge thing in the U.S. Like,
Am I going to get to keep them?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll like that way you don't like mess them up. There's like a little trick.
Don't they do that thing where they like people will buy like the mega expensive ones and they'll, you know, it's like a proper thing.
What is it?
Occasion.
I think it was.
Hang on. Before you do this, though, what are we looking for? What's the point of being like?
Right, let me look.
Oh, dude, people just rip Pokemon cards all the time. So,
But what's good?
Yeah. What's good?
Yeah, what's going to be like? Oh, that's good.
I don't know. We'll see. So you're just gonna like slide through them.
Am I going
You
to?
can show them to the camera as you
You
go.
just
if
show
you
it
want.
through them. Like flip
What, every
through
single one?
'em. Yeah, just flip through them how you want.
All right. Okay. Number 1.
Whoa.
I don't know.
No, it's just
Wow. Some of these ones.
You know what's crazy is like here
I've
in the U.S.
I've not heard of any of these.
In the U.S., they like people stand in lines to like buy Pokemon packs, and then they like fight for them because they're like.
What is? But if I get like, so the Pokemon that I could name are obviously very basic, right? But is that what you're looking for because that's super rare, or is that not rare? Like if you're looking for like a Pikachu, right? Is that just like, if you got Pikachu?
Well, there's different Pikachus
versions
too.
of it.
Oh, so you say it correctly, Pikachu, don't you?
So
I'm there with my like basic version of this.
Like, I just recently got a surfing Pikachu, and it's a Pikachu.
Oh, there's
Sur-
a back card.
surfing-
So the back one will be like the rarest card in the pack. Let me see. That's like a $20,000 card, dude. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just messing with you.
Wow. So I don't really get what this is the thing. I've always been like Pokemon cards. It's big, it's massive wherever you go.
It is
right?
massive.
Yeah.
But what's the point?
Collectibles.
Can you answer me?
Nostalgia,
Gotta collect them all.
Yeah.
and collectible. Yeah.
Collectibles, pretty much. That's about it.
Yeah, but you must just get. So is it still like old school, like baseball trading cards and things like that? Like like take them to school,
They have-
swap them with your buddies, that
They
kind
have
of
a
thing.
lot of like
with
local
adults, you don't do that.
Pokemon,
There's like tournaments
Pokemon
and stuff with them
trading
and stuff.
events.
People are just huge into them. We just thought it'd be fun to rip some Pokemon cards.
So if you had Pokemon cards, I love where this has gone now.
I
We
have
need to
a
talk about-
huge collection.
Oh, do you?
he does have a binder of.
Who's your
cards.
favorite? Who's your favorite Pokemon?
I got the binder up there. Man, I don't really know. There's these like really cool like old like they did this like tie-dye rare design that was like really really cool. They just don't really have it anymore, but that was like my favorite like design they did. It looked really cool. I used to collect.
But
them.
who's your favorite like animal or whatever they are? Are they animals? Are they robots? Are they
So, like,
animals?
these
They're
ones
what?
are super nice because it's like old claymation. They did like claymation in actual outside.
They
took
take
a
like
picture,
photos.
and that's the
Yeah.
artwork for it.
They just look cool.
So like that's a whole nother art style that people look for.
Yeah, I mean, what is that? I mean, what is that thing
Looks
on
like
his
a
head?
dog almost.
Looks almost like a rhino beetle mixed with I don't know.
All right, but yeah,
That's it.
And that
yeah, that's at the end. No.
that's it.
Welcome to the secret set. But yeah, no, thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you very much for
doing
giving me the cards, boys.
Yeah,
or let
absolutely.
me have a look at them.
Yeah, no, those are yours. Take them home, trade them
Trade them.
up until you get a better card, and then come back here to Hawaii.
And then,
and
come all the way back, and then we'll talk again.
Yeah.
And you can give me some next
We'll do,
level
yeah.
tips. Yeah, fair play. All right, brilliant.
Sweet, man. Well, thank you guys so much. This has been the Secret Step Podcast. I'm Hunter.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Matt.
Yep.
Awesome.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Peace out.
Sweet.